Hello and welcome to another episode of TICPodcast. It's been a while and I hope you're having a good time in this crazy world we're living in. And things for me have been all over the place and I'm sure everybody else has been absolutely livid. But I moved. I got a new place and it's actually pretty cool. Like the place a lot. A new studio, new vibes, way more chill. And I was thinking about wanting to talk about the end of like 2025, or no, the end of 2024. And I realized like we're in a brand new chapter. We're in the halfway point of 2020s. And I just thought I would give my own recollections through the decade. I can't really cover like everybody in, the news and everything. But, I thought that would be a fun episode if I give kind of like my perspective on the halfway mark of 2020s. So here we go. Let's do story time, shall we? Right off the bat in 2020, I was broke and I lost a job. And then right when I lost the job, the pandemic happened. And so I'm like, oh, I guess like the world just ended. So I just started making comics and I started, working on the Rip the Falcon graphic novel. And I was also practicing animation. Like I wasn't ready to animate like a short film or anything, but I was learning and I was teaching myself on the side while I was making comics. And so like for a good minute, like an entire year from like the beginning of 2020 to like December 2020, I finished the Rip the Falcon graphic novel. And it was actually like really one of the best times of my life. Like I never felt more creative ever in my life. Like I felt like, it was the first time I really did something I was proud of. And it was great. I mean, I was living on microwave food. I specifically had these they're called Fast Times. They're Fast Times egg McMuffins and I can't find them anywhere and I'm really like trying to find the sausage McMuffin Fast Times and like for the life of me if I find one I'm going to get it instantly just to relive the times where I was staying up to like past 1 a.m. and drinking like Starbucks Nitro coffee and having those little shitty microwavable Fast Times McMuffins. That was honestly like it was perfect. Like I would relive that year anytime just to like be that creative again. In 2021, things started to get a little bit more consistent, and I started my business, and I published the graphic novel, and I published Rip the Falcon episode 1. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm actually like doing this. Like Rip the Falcon is a series now, and not just a series, but like it's an animated series. Like first it was going to be a comic, and then it turned into like a legit actual show. And I met some people, and I made new friends, and it was like this is like the turning point. This is like now this is like my thing, and continued to do that. And in 2022 things got like really, how do I describe it? It was like I took it so seriously that it started to affect me. you know um I had highs and lows in 2022. I was a little bit all over the place. It was very erratic, but I got a lot of stuff done. and let's see here. I made 2 episodes in a row in Rip the Falcon in 2022, and I did a film festival, 2 of them, and it was just like I took my fitness more seriously. I lost weight and then I got it back. I was like really trying to lose weight, and then I lost the weight, and then I got the weight back. And, I worked on Rise of the Sky Titans, or as it was called then, Stringy and Moppy. And that was really cool. To this day, I'm still working on the series, and I'm working on it right now. My friend Mega R. Daniels, he's like one of my close friends now. And, we got together at the end of 2021, and we've been working together ever since. So that was probably the highlight of 2022, just because I was working on like a paid gig for the first time pretty consistently. Like I was getting like $400 a month for making comics, and that was a lot for me, and that was really cool. Now 2023 was also kind of a crazy year because I took on the Telltale Heart, and if anybody is in my circle, then they know what a disaster that was, because, I busted my ass on it like crazy, and I finished it, but the guy didn't like it, and, I wanted my money because I earned it, and he's like, well, you can have your money, but you can't publish it. So it was basically in limbo. And, to this day, it's just gone. So it was really depressing. I like worked hard on this thing. It was like at the time, my most effort into something. And that slowed my momentum down to a screeching halt. Like I didn't produce anything for a while. And then, I just said, okay, fuck it. Like my full-time art career is now a side hobby. I'm going to do it for like on the side. And, it's funny. The money I earned from making Telltale Heart, I actually used all of it to play baseball. And I was the worst player in the league. Like, I didn't even expect to be bad. I just thought I'd be okay. But no, like, everybody, like, played Little League since they were, like, 10. So I was, like, completely... I didn't even know the rules of baseball. I just wanted to play. It was a good experience, but it was also, like, I sucked. Then, I was working, and I'd been working, like, ever since, like, that year. Once I started working, I didn't stop. And I ended up getting my Mustang, which was a huge, like I wanted that car so bad. But then the dumbest fucking thing happened. Like, I got it in August, and so I was driving it for like 2 months. And then I was right about to get my own apartment. And the day I was supposed to sign for the apartment, I got into a traffic accident, and no one was involved. This was just me being a dumbass. Like, it's a rear wheel drive car, and I went too fast in the rain, and I just slid into a curb. And there was like oncoming traffic from both sides. Like, it was a busy day. So I dodged like, I want to say like 7 cars, and had like a busted rear end. And, like, it was an expensive fix. It took me forever to fix the car, but it was almost next to nothing compared to what it could have been. Like, it could have been really ugly, and, it was just kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, you dumbass, So that was a struggle. That was a struggle. And then 2024 was just like, okay, I got to pay the bills and, you know, get like a better job. And, you know, I was like ping ponging between a bunch of different jobs. I was a taxi driver for the first time and the last time, because the business model for a taxi driver is bullshit. You have to pay to actually like rent a taxi. Like, instead of going to work and they pay you, you pay them to work at all. It was the dumbest thing. And one time I got a paycheck that was like $30 for like, I want to say like 39 hours a week. And I was paid like $30 total. I'm like, fuck this. You know, I was working like 9-hour shifts and I would make like nothing back. So absolutely, like, Uber all the way. If you're gonna do any kind of like gig economy stuff, don't do taxi driving. Just do Uber or DoorDash. And then I finally got like my car fixed. That went really well, and you know, I drive like a lot more cautiously now. Um, and you know, I found a job that I really like, and you know, that's going really well. And then I just got into my first like legit place since COVID. Like, I never thought I would afford my own apartment because, you know, it was always like impossible because of inflation and everything. And you know, it was just one of those things where, you know, you weren't ever sure you were going to afford it. But by the skin of my teeth, I got into my own place, and that's where I'm at now. But you know, it's just been like a wacky decade. Like, everything on the news has been like catastrophe, end of the world, World War III, natural disasters, global pandemics, like all the things that could go wrong. The 2020s was like the shittiest time ever. Like, they called it the Big Sad instead of the Great Depression because no one showed up. You know, like there was really it's almost like because it was so bad, things seemed better in a way, if that makes sense. And you know, like, I made a lot of really good friends, like my friend Anna from Bulgaria, and I met the guys from Joker TV, and my friend Mega R Daniels. So, like, you know, thanks to the internet and everybody like staying inside, I met like a whole community of like people I really cherish. And since things have like settled down after the lockdown, I've completely changed my habits as far as going out. Like, I don't like to stay out long. I like to go to a store for like an hour maybe and then go home. Um I don't really like going out anymore. I'm like a homebody after lockdown. It's been crazy. And you know, apparently it's pretty normal. Like, most people are like that after the pandemic. And you know, it's just crazy to think that, like, you know, we have before COVID and after COVID. Like, I think the pandemic was so insane that people just changed. You know, like, now you can do telehealth. Now everything's online. Now people shop online. It's like all the stuff that you used to do and go outside and everything, go to shows or whatever. It's just not the same. Um, Things now are absolutely crazy. I mean, you know, the elephant in the room is sitting there, but I'm not going to poke it, but things are crazy right now. And it's just like, I would hope things get better. The way things have been going have been like steadily going downhill, and it feels like it's like going off a cliff. But I think things are going to get better, hopefully. I mean, that's what I'm saying, is like, I hope things get better. But yeah, hope everybody's having a good one. This was just kind of like, you know, I thought we're like in the middle of a fucking decade. Like, we went from like, it being kind of like the start. Now it's like it's almost over. And where the fuck is a flying car? Holy shit. I am waiting for The Fifth Element to happen, or Blade Runner, or any fucking sci-fi movie. Like, we're in the fucking future and we can't even get like regular ass cars back. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, where is the future shit? I'm so like, I don't know, like unimpressed by the lack of future shit. It's like we're still in the 2000s. Like, the only thing that changed was, I guess, like, we had Teslas, but Teslas suck. Like, and Elon Musk sucks. So, like, fuck. I mean, like, come on. But yeah. Anyway, I will just say, if I had a flying car, I would drive it. Well, anyway, I'll see you guys later. And yeah, sorry it's been a while. I've been busy. I'm going to be really trying to push animation out. I mean, this is going to be the year that I crank out a lot more work because, I didn't really have a place to work, and I was also doing a lot of job stuff. But this time, no, I'm committed to making animation consistently. So hopefully I'm going to be putting out a lot more stuff a lot faster. All right. See you later.